Lean with it, rock with it. Throw some back up in the pot with it. Microwave, but we gon' pop with it. When it get right, we drop the ass and make it lock with it. I tell them lean with it.
What is up, guys? My name is Ryan18 on the Ryan18 Forever channel, and tonight I'm doing my WWE Raw review for August 22nd, 2016, live in the Barclays Center, live in Brooklyn, New York. So we had the unfortunate news about Finn Balor, his shoulder injury that he had suffered at SummerSlam against Seth Rollins, as Seth Rollins would powerbomb him to the barricade, causing his shoulder to be put out of place, and then he has to place it back into place and all this bad stuff. I mean, me being one of the biggest Finn Balor fans, it really sucks to see him have to relinquish the WWE Universal Championship. But I guess time will tell, and hopefully I wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he gets back into action soon. So pretty much to kick off the night, General Manager Mick Foley and Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon are in the ring. Finn Balor is called out to the ring, gets a tremendous ovation from the crowd. And Balor saying how he's thankful for the WWE, the WWE roster, all the guys in the back, and the WWE Universe for everything that they've done for him. And pretty much he gets a "you deserve a chance, thank you, Finn." And then he relinquished the title to Mick Foley. And then we would have a series of superstars come out, such as Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Enzo and Big Cass, Roman Reigns, all these guys in the middle of the ring, arguing, saying how they want to be the next WWE Universal Champion. So Mick Foley would come out of his way and say he uses a series of matches to determine a new Universal Champion. So we would have the first match be Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins, which would happen next. And pretty much Rollins would take the early advantage and attack Zayn before the match, as everyone was heading to the backstage. And pretty much throughout the match, Sami Zayn was favoring his ankle from the injury that had occurred previously when Rollins had attacked him. Sami Zayn would try to hit a suplex on Rollins. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to, and Rollins was quite simply just hit the pedigree and advance himself into the next round to determine who will be the next Universal Champion. Then we would have another qualifying match to determine the champion. It would be Kevin Owens versus Neville, a pretty good match with a distraction by Jericho outside. Owens would hit the torture rack neck breaker on Neville to pick up the win. And then next week on Raw, it will be a fatal four-way for the WWE Universal Championships. As we all know, Rollins and Owens are in it by this point. And then we would have the New Day celebrating their 1 year of being the WWE Tag Team Champions. Pretty much, they're celebrating with their bootios, and they're celebrating with, a piñata and stuff like that. And then the club comes out, pretty much they trash the whole night, to be honest. If you ask me. But yeah, they come out, pretty much trash the whole night. And then it would end up being Big E versus Karl Anderson. A pretty good match, it's always, same shit. Doesn't really matter. But Big E would pretty much pull off with the victory, and then we would move on to a backstage interview with Stephanie McMahon, pretty much being asked about Brock Lesnar's actions last night at SummerSlam, how Brock Lesnar would viciously, brutally just bloody the hell out of Randy Orton, and then F5 her brother, Shane McMahon, and she announces that there will be severe consequences for Brock Lesnar's actions at SummerSlam, and those actions will still be determined. And the next match would be Big Cass versus Rusev, a pretty good match. I love me some Big Cass. If he was by himself, I think he'd do pretty good. If he just adjusts his mic skills a little bit, he could be a good superstar. But anyway, Big Cass pretty much held his own against Rusev. Unfortunately, the match would be by countout, as Rusev wanted nothing to do with Big Cass and just pretty much left the arena. Then we would have Chris Jericho and KO backstage being interviewed by Tom Phillips. Pretty much Chris Jericho being asked what he thinks is going to happen tonight after his match with Roman Reigns, saying pretty much Jericho saying that he's going to beat up, Roman Reigns and advance himself to the next round. And then KO and Chris Jericho going back and forth saying that they're going to be the next champion, and then, calling Tom Phillips a stupid idiot and all that. It's all, like I said, Chris Jericho, same stuff. But anyway, then we would have the new WWE Women's Champion Charlotte come out, address us to the WWE Universe, pretty much mocking, Sasha Banks and stuff like that, calling herself, obviously, as she always has, the queen of the women's division, and then we would have Mick Foley come out, and then he would announce that they have signed the new hottest free agent on the market. That new free agent is Bayley from NXT. The Bayley chants were just tremendous in Brooklyn. Everyone was into it. There were Bayley chants. There were, "Hey, we want some Bayley" chants. There was the "You deserve it" chant as Bayley was explaining how this meant so much to her, how she always wanted to be on Monday Night Raw, and how much of an honor it is to be on it. And then pretty much she stakes her claim, saying that she wants a title match against Charlotte for the women's title, and pretty much Charlotte denies it, saying that she's not properly dressed for the event, and she pretty much throws it to her protege, Dana Brooke, and so the match would be announced. It would be Bayley versus Dana Brooke next on Monday Night Raw. Pretty much Bayley just annihilates Dana Brooke and pulls off with a victory. Then we would have the squash match of the night. We have Braun Strowman versus a local competitor calling himself Johnny Knockout. For some odd reason, this guy, Johnny Knockout, while he's interviewed by Byron Saxton, he says, "Why did you get yourself into this match?" He goes, "Because I like big, sweaty men." I don't know what that is. That's either weird or that's just no offense to homosexuals. I have nothing against them, but that's just weird to say live on television. That's just just uncalled for. But anyway, pretty much the Kid gets annihilated. He gets the reverse chokeslam by Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman after the match pretty much continues to beat up on him and all that same stuff that he does. But anyway, I'm just done with that. Then we would have the Dudley Boys farewell. Pretty much they're thanking the WWE Universe for an amazing 20 years. I always loved the Dudley Boys, them putting people through tables, them winning multiple tag team championships. They are one of a kind, and there will never be another tag team like them. Pretty much, as you're walking towards the back, as they're wanting to leave the ring, the Shining Stars come out, as in Primo and Epico, pretty much telling them how it's glad that they're leaving, and they offer them 2 tickets to Puerto Rico. And they obviously deny it, start beating up on the Shining Stars, and then, the crowd calls for the tables. They set up the table in the middle of the ring, and as they're about to put, I believe, Primo through the table, the club comes out, pretty much annihilates both Devon and Bubba Ray, and then pretty much takes out Devon and puts him right through the table, and that'll be the end of that segment. And then we have the main event of the night for the last spot to determine who will be in the Fatal 4-Way to determine the WWE Universal Champion. It would be Chris Jericho, Y2J versus Roman Reigns, the boring wrestler that he is, but whatever. Pretty much it was a pretty good match. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth action, a lot of, finishers being, reversed, and then, a lot of kickouts and stuff like that. But pretty much, Kevin Owens pretty much helped periodically throughout the match. He had a super kick on Roman, and then which would lead to a code breaker. Roman Reigns would kick out. And then at the end, pretty much Owens gets up onto the apron, and then Roman Reigns pretty much Irish whips Jericho into him. Jericho goes underneath him, underneath Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns Superman punches Owens, and then we have Jericho going for a quick pinfall, but to no avail, and then pretty much Roman just spears him, and that'll be the end of the night as Roman Reigns would be put into the Fatal 4-Way match. So I'm pretty interested to see what's going to happen next week on Monday Night Raw, to see who's going to be the next champion. Personally, in my opinion, as much as I want to see a guy like a Kevin Owens or who else is in? Kevin Owens and blah, 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 blah. Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. Why am I having such a blank? Oh, and Big Cass. Sorry. As much as I would love to see Big Cass and Kevin Owens, it's most likely not going to happen. So it's either going to be, if my top 2 picks are, it's either going to be Kevin Owens or it's going to be Seth Rollins. Because there's no way that Roman Reigns is going to pull off with a victory and become the new Universal Championship after his suspension. There's just no way. And once again, guys, I'm sorry for the stuttering at the end. It just happens. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on Monday Night Raw. What did you think about SummerSlam last night? Unfortunately, I couldn't do any reviews on NXT Brooklyn TakeOver 2. I couldn't do a SummerSlam review last night, so I'm pretty behind on videos. I mean, it's been a while since I've been on. But anyway, guys, as you guys know, I'm back. I'm going to be doing some better content, HD quality videos. It's going to be great. I'm going to have a green screen in the back, It's going to be pretty cool. But anyway, always guys, leave a thumbs up on the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts and your opinions, and don't forget to subscribe. Till the next video, guys, you know who I am. I'm Ryan18, signing out. Peace.